Dang it, my phone dropped and the video ended. But anyways, part 2 to Baxter's splenectomy surgery story. The ice maker. We got an ice maker from my grandparents. Technically, my mom and dad got it, but it's still fairly new. And I'm never down here, by the way, so I'm not used to it compared to like my dad. And whenever I come down here, because it's not loud, but it's loud enough that you can hear it, and whenever it makes ice, it makes noises, and it scares me. Like every time I come down here, when I do come down here, not that I'm not allowed down here. I mean, obviously I can come down here, but I don't normally do it because it's my dad's bedroom, kind of a big bedroom. My dad sleeps in the basement, but anyways, I'm not used to it, so whenever it goes off, it's like scary for the first couple seconds, but then I know automatically it's the ice maker. But anyways, so my sister woke me up and she was not quite in tears, and she was like, Baxter's hurt. Oh, Baxter's confused. He won't go down the stairs. So I'm like, hold the phone. Wait a minute. Relax, because he had episodes where he would get confused. He would get scared, so he wouldn't want to go down the stairs because it would scare him. He would get confused. He would forget how to do it. He would forget that he wouldn't always fall. So me and my sister, we tried to help him for almost a good 20 minutes, half an hour. We tried to get him down the stairs. We tried everything. We even got to the point where we put his leash on him, and he just wouldn't go. Like, we bribed him with food. I went to the back door and opened the back door. I opened the front door and said, let's go for a walk. And I got the keys for the car, and I was jiggling the keys for the car, and I was doing everything I possibly could do. We were holding him, even though he doesn't like to really, I don't want to say he doesn't like to be touched, but he didn't like to be held. Obviously, we would have carried him down the stairs, but he would not allow that. He just was that type of dog where he didn't really like to be carried. Don't blame him, just like he didn't like his butt to be touched, but can you blame him either? So anyways, he was just really acting up, and we're like, this is really unusual. I mean, it was, no, I don't want to say it was normal, but like, it wasn't. He's had episodes, I mean, this was like at the beginning stage of his Alzheimer's, was at the beginning stage of his dementia, so it was kind of still fairly a new thing for us, for him getting confused about going up and down the stairs, but it was kind of, it wasn't the first attack, or it wasn't the first episode, so at first we thought it was an episode, just an Alzheimer's attack, or episode, or whatever. So it got to the point where we knew something was wrong. We knew he maybe he's hurt. So then my sister said, well, the night before, so say it would have been Friday that this happened. So Thursday night, he fell on ice. Or morning, he fell on ice. He tripped on ice and kind of fell. And I was like, well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it or learning about it. So I was like, okay, well, then he may very well be hurt in the inside. We might not see it from the outside, but he could be hurt in the inside. I'm thinking hematomas, bruises. A hematoma is pretty much a bruise. It could be a few things. I don't know, a broken rib. I'm trying to think, okay, well, I know a little bit about medical stuff. At the time, I wasn't on a unit. I wasn't an EMR. I knew CPR. I was CPR certified with first aid, but like I knew the basics and stuff, kind of being, Dad being a firefighter, Mom being an MRI technologist. I was trying to kind of picture in my mind what it could possibly be. So at one point he goes to lay down and he cries and yelps, and then I tell my sister, okay, pick him up, and he doesn't want to stand up because it was hurting. He was in pain to sit down, and he was in pain to stand up. Like, he was crying, and we couldn't get him to stop crying. And that's kind of when it hit me and my sister, and we started crying together. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And I was freaking out because to hear my baby cry, to hear my boy yelp and cry and moan, it was just like, I felt his pain. I don't know if you guys have a dog or had a dog and know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys probably thinking this lady's crazy, but I'm not. I literally felt his pain. And I started freaking out. I started crying. My sister started crying. I was like, we gotta call Mom. We gotta call Dad. Something has happened. We gotta get him to the vet. But at the time, I had my driver's license, but I don't know. We couldn't get him down the stairs. Because I was like, we have to get him to the vet. I'll drive. And my sister's like, well, we can't get him down the stairs. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was freaking out. So we called my mom, and she was at work, and I was hysterical. Like, she said, Brenda, you gotta calm down. You gotta take a deep breath. I was like, Baxter, he goes and crying. It wasn't that, I mean, it probably was that dramatic, but it didn't sound quite like that. But I'm kind of trying to role play here. I mean, she couldn't understand me because I was hysterical. And she was like, you gotta calm down, you gotta tell me what's going on. And obviously she can't leave work. She can't leave work, you know. And she's like, you gotta call Dad. She said, I can't leave work. I have patients. I can't leave. And I was like, okay. I was like, So I think then from what happened there, I called my dad and I told him what was going on. And he's like, try to get Baxter down the stairs. And I was like, Dad, we've been trying for almost an hour. Or I don't know if it was that long, but it felt like it was forever. I said, we cannot get him down the stairs. We've tried everything. We've bribed him with food and taken him for a car ride. We kind of tried not pushing him, but kind of like, you know, not pushing him, but like kind of trying to help him down a little bit. And he wouldn't go. And Dad was like, are you sure this not his Alzheimer's? Are you sure this not his dementia? And I was like, Dad, I said, I'm not a paramedic like you. I said, I'm not an MRI technologist like Mom. I said, I'm pretty sure something medically is wrong. From the inside, not the outside. Because the outside, he's not bleeding. He doesn't have like any abrasions or anything. Or scrapes. Or cuts or anything. I said, I think something medically inside is wrong. And Dad was like, do you think it's a stroke? And I was like, he's not really showing me stroke syndromes. Like, he's not really acting like he has a stroke. I said, I'm thinking something different. I don't know what it was. If it looks like I'm gonna cry, I think it's because of the light. I'm also have a little bit of an allergy problem. Like I said, I think I'm getting sick. So if it looks like I'm gonna cry, maybe, but I think it's also, I really just think it's the lighting right now. Might also look like I'm high, and I swear to God, I'm not high. I think it's just the lighting. And if I cry, whatever. But, I was like, something's wrong. He said, I said, I know it's your last day, but it's a family emergency. I didn't tell him, but I was like, you need to get home. And you need to get home now, because if you're not home, I said, I'm calling your sister, I'm calling my Aunt Lisa, and I'm getting her over here. He needs medical assistance. Something's wrong. So he said that he would try, and we waited like 10 minutes, and finally he called us back, and he said one of his coworkers was going to come in to relieve him or something, so he could come home and at least get Baxter in the car. He said, I don't know if I'll go to the vet with you, but he said, I'll at least come and help you get him in the car. So we're like, fine, we need him at least, oh, my slipper fell off. We need him in the car. We need to get him to the vet. And now, it's that. Anyways, so, you know, like I said, my dad's coworker came in to relieve my dad, because my dad was a lieutenant, and they kind of needed someone else there. I don't know if, I don't believe the guy that came in to relieve my dad, I can't remember if he was a lieutenant at the time or not, but anyways, nice guy, I know the guy, I was thinking, anyways, not give names, I'm not giving names, but anyways, so, you know, excuse me, my dad's relievement comes in, and my dad gets home, and I don't know what the heck my dad did, but somehow my dad got Baxter down the stairs. So my dad was like, do you still think he needs to go to the vet? And it's like, yeah. I said, I'm not trying to say something's wrong. I'm not trying to say he's hurt. But I said, when me and Kaylin tried to get him down the stairs for almost 20 minutes, and we tried everything we could possibly do to get him down, I said, Dad, we bribed him with treats and food, and he would never give up food. He never stopped eating food. If you gave him food, he would eat it, unless he really didn't like it. But it was treats and stuff that we gave him. We were giving him meats and bacon, and he didn't come down for that. We bribed him with going for a walk with the leash. We bribed him with going for a car ride. Everything we could possibly bribe him with and get him down, he just wouldn't go. I don't know why he went down for my dad, but he got down. So we take him to the vet. My dad's like, I might as well just go to the vet with you. And I'm like, please do, because I don't know what the vet's going to tell us. My voice is like going and talking a lot. So we get to the vet. And they're like, they go to squeeze his stomach, and he yelps, and they're like, yeah, something's up with his stomach. We're going to do emergency x-rays. So they did x-rays of his stomach and spleen area. And they're like, yeah, he has like hematomas on his spleen. Something's up with his spleen. So like, alright. So they ended up telling us that they think that it was best for him to have a splenectomy. This was, let's see, this was 4 or 5 years ago. So Baxter was like, he would have been like 13, 14 years old, because he died when he was 16. But anyways, no, hang on, wait. If it was 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, hang on. 16... He would have been 11 or 12, yeah. So he was still fairly somewhat young. So, they said, yeah, he needs an emergency splenectomy. We need to take it out. It's probably the best thing we can do right now. So we're like, okay, do it. Do whatever you need to do. And this doctor, this surgeon, that I won't give him his name just because I don't remember his name. And I really hate that I don't remember his name, because I really want to give you guys his name, because I hated this doctor. I swear I hated this doctor. I've never been this close to actually strangling somebody. I've never been this close to actually punching somebody. He made me crazy. Normally, I'm not the person to judge a professional like a doctor, or I'm not the person to like judge I wouldn't like judge a police officer. I mean, I would judge a police officer or firefighter, but like I wouldn't normally question them on their job. And anyways, normally I'd be like, hey doc, you're the doc, you know best, you know better than I do. But what he said was not something a doctor or a real dog lover, human lover, animal lover would say. And I think that was actually more upsetting than the whole drama. I mean, if I cry, it's probably because of this doctor, but this doctor said that, if you put Baxter on the table, you're practically killing him. He's gonna die. He's not gonna make it. You're killing him. That's practically almost somewhat murder. He said he's not gonna make it. He won't wake up. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's not gonna make it. He's not strong enough. This is a big surgery. I wouldn't even like doing this surgery on a puppy. And we're like, he was just going off on us. And we're like, oh my God. Like, why would he say it? Like, I kind of somewhat, a wee bit, like this much, kind of get his point. Like, maybe he could have been right. Baxter could have died on that table. He could have. So we talked a little bit, and we're like, we're just gonna risk it. Here's the thing: if he dies, I know it sounds bad, but like we told each other, because me and my family we talked about it. We're like, look, he needs this surgery. It's a life and death situation right now. If we don't take it out, he's gonna die. We take it out, we have a chance that he could live. We convince ourselves that by chance that, say he did die on the table, he obviously made it through the surgery, but I told herself by chance that he would die on the table. He would be under anesthesia. He wouldn't feel it. He wouldn't know. He would just wake up in heaven and be with Opa and Kasha and all those dogs up there. Oma was still around at the time. Oma was not dead. No, Oma wasn't dead. Oma wasn't gone yet. We still had my Oma. We still had my mom's mom at the time. My mom's dad has passed away since then, before that surgery. But like, we still had my grandma. We still had my Oma, my mom's mom. My mom's dad has died, was gone. But anyways, we figured even if he dies on the table, he's not gonna feel the pain. He won't know that he's dead. I mean, he'll probably know he's dead when he wakes up in heaven, but like, compared to like, me waking up in heaven thinking, wow, why am I in heaven? How did I die? Compared to a dog where it's like, oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. My page is upstairs. This is. I heard Cyan. I heard car versus truck. Can't be entrapment, because if it was entrapment, the page would go. This ran. Hang on, I'm sorry, I have to hear this. I heard, because my pager was upstairs, all I heard was truck versus vehicle, car. I don't know if it's Bartlett. I don't know if it's Hanover Park. I just heard Battalion 3 go. And Battalion 3 is Bartlett. So if it's Bartlett, we're not going to get called out. I mean, we can, but like not compared to like Hanover Park, where we would probably automatically get out. Get called out. And didn't catch the street. I don't think it's entrapment, because I think if it was entrapment, the pages would have gone off. This would have buzzed and beeped. So I don't think it's Hanover Park, and I don't think it's an accident with entrapment, because the pages would have gone off. Unless they're missing something. I don't know. Anyways. Pay attention to what they have to say. So, I hear sirens in Streamwood. Anyways. So much is going through my mind right now. So, so kind of finishing up the story. We told each other, if he dies on the table, he dies on the table. He dies peacefully. He won't feel it. He won't know. He ended up making it through the surgery. And before his cancer, I want to say that splenectomy was probably one of the major surgeries he's had. Because we didn't do anything for his cancer. We didn't do anything for his melanoma. But yeah, so then, like I said, he survived the surgery. He recovered. He had tubes in him and had stuff draining out of it. We had to drain it from time to time. And it's actually funny because the red stuff that came out of him looked like Kool-Aid. So we would put it in the cup, like a cake cup, like a plastic cup, like one of those red plastic cups you see at parties. And at one point, I thought I'd pretend to drink it. You know, I'm going to let you go because a lot of sirens are going on right now, so I want to really see what's going on. Bye, y'all. I'll promise I will finish this story later another time.